So I'm going to try and tell you about my shingles experience. It started in November 2007 and unfortunately it's still here in February 2022. So it's been a long journey. Like I said, it started in November 2007. I'd been to the eye place to have an eye test for glasses, I suppose, and it was a really invasive test, and I came out of there with a very sore left eye, which incidentally is the eye that I damaged through many years of welding and flashes and things like that, and I put it down to just a bit of strain basically. Anyway, get on with the life, and some friends of ours had come over from Lanzarote and were looking for a house, and there's nothing more stressful than looking for a house for somebody else who doesn't know what they want to buy. So anyway, things go on. About a week after, I wake up in the morning with a very sore eye, thinking, oh well, I've got some dirt in it or something, and just sort of got on with it, really washed it out with some water and got on with it. And throughout the day the eye got worse and worse and worse, and in the end I thought maybe we'd got something in it. Having been out in the old car the day before with the windscreen open, maybe I'd got something in my eye. Anyway, third day, woke up in the morning and it definitely felt like there was something not actually in my eye but behind the eye, and I couldn't see a lot at all out of that eye. So we decided to go up to the hospital and had a look. They had a look and they couldn't see anything in there, and they said, oh well, maybe you've scratched it or maybe something or other, so give you some drops and off you go home. So next day, worse again, couldn't see at all out of that eye, so we decided we'd visit the eye infirmary, and we got in there and the nurse said to me, what can you read on the board? And I said, sorry, can't even see the board, which is a bit not so good. So they looked and they couldn't see anything, more drops. So this is now like 4 days in, screaming headache, really feeling a bit rough. Woke up on the 5th day, bad heads, feeling sick, just totally out of it. So the wife rang the doctor and they come in and said, oh well, you've got there's an infection in your eye or something like that, take these tablets. And they give me these tablets that well, I think cocaine got nothing on these tablets. They were bloody awful. So anyway, next day woke up again, worse, more doctors, more painkillers, more this, that and the other. So anyway, on the 5th day I woke up and the whole side of my face, down this line here, down my nose, around here, down my ear, up through the back of my head there, was completely covered in a rash. So my missus rang the doctor and they said, oh yeah, you've got shingles. Oh, at last, now we know what the problem is. So what are we going to do about it? Oh, we'll give you these tablets. Oh great, more tablets. So anyway, so it goes on and on and on, and in the end I just, well, there's nothing you can do about it. You've just got to sit there and grin and bear it basically. But for the next 3 months I sat virtually blind in a chair, not being able to see anything out of this left side of my face, and just, well, I feel like I want to die really, with the pain and everything else that goes with it. And so basically that was for 3 months it was just a complete and utter waste of time. So anyway, after the 3 months was up, it sort of got a little bit more manageable. The rash had now disappeared, and any open wounds that were there had disappeared, and I began to feel that I can manage the pain now. I've got a fairly high pain threshold anyway, so I thought, well, we'll try and manage it and see what happened, but very, very difficult. So I went up to the local hospital, or the big hospital in not far from me, and so some pain clinic, and they have a look at you and they say, oh well, yeah, where does it hurt and all this sort of rubbish, and he said, oh, take these tablets, and the tablets they gave me, pregabalin and gabapental or something, well, it made me feel like a zombie, just walking around, just not knowing where I was going, not knowing what I was doing. And after a month of these, I said to my missus, "There's no good. I've just got to get off these tablets," and I stopped them, just like that, stopped. When I went back into the doctor's about a week later, he said, "Oh, how's the tablets going?" And I said, "I stopped them. Couldn't cope with it." "Oh, well, you're not supposed to stop them. You're supposed to wean yourself off them and do this and do that and do the other." I said, well, they didn't work. They weren't doing anything for me. I'd just well be in pain rather than being in pain and stupid. Oh, well, there's not much we can do. You just got to sort of get on with it. Right, okay. So time goes on. Right, so what are we going to do? So now the pain is, I've got my mental thing together. The pain is, I can cope with it, but I'd sooner not have it. So what do we do? So I found this lady that said, oh well, we can give you some sort of treatment that involves putting you to sleep and sort of a trance-like state, and then we'll talk to you under hypnosis and all this sort of stuff. That didn't work. That was just a waste of 150 quid. So then we tried acupuncture. Now the lady was good. She put the needles in and everything else. That didn't work, unfortunately. What it did do is stop the tinnitus in this ear, which was quite good. Unfortunately, that's since come back, but then that's probably years of rock music and working in the motor trade that's done that. So anyway, time goes on. This is probably 3 or 4 years now that you're still living with this pain every day, headaches, or a headache basically that never goes away, and everything else. So I suppose, of course, in the meantime, we'd sold our house here just after it all happened, and we went off to France to live, which, to be honest, was quite good because I had 5 years of working on the house and sort of forgetting about what was going on in my head. You know, you tend to sort of think, right, I'm doing this, we'll get on and do something else. When we came back in 2014, I'd still got this massive headache, and now I've got nothing to sort of do because I hadn't got a house to restore. So we were contacted by a chap that he works with the severely injured soldiers and gives them pain management by hypnosis, basically. And I thought, well, I got nothing to lose to go up and see this chap and see what happens. So I saw this bloke, and I had 3 lessons with him, and I have to say that my headache has been, I wouldn't say it's gone, but it's manageable. And he has given me, I don't know what you call it, like a trigger. Then if it gets really bad, I can think of a certain thing that he's told me to think of. It's a place in your mind where you're very happy and you've got happy memories of, and I can think of this place, and you can generally come back from a real severe headache So it's just, at the moment, it's manageable. But there are days when my eye is not very good, even though I've had the shingles destroyed the left eye, and I had new lenses put in that one, which has improved that by about 95%. And the medication ruined the right eye, so I had lenses put in that side as well. So a bonus, I suppose, is that my eyesight's pretty good, but I've still got this headache. I'll just have to pause there for a minute and get my thoughts together. So I started to say about the eyes. I still get, there are no pain receptors in the eye, apparently. I didn't know that, but I still get a complication in my eye that makes it the vision goes slightly sometimes, and I feel I feel like there ought to be a pain there, but there isn't a pain, if that makes any sense. It's and I have from the doctors a medicated patch which I use. I think it's called a Versatis patch or something like that, and I can stick it on here, which is where all of my pain is. And it's like a medication. It's the same medication that they use to deaden your face when you're having teeth out. So it's pretty good, pretty effective. It doesn't work for everybody, but it certainly works for me. And I don't really know where this is going to go from now. Like I say, I've still got it. I've still got the after effects of it. I know that I've got it, but it's become more manageable with time. So I hope that my ramblings will help somebody out there that's got the same problem, and you don't get such a bad deal as I've had. And that's it. I think that's as much as I got to say. Thanks for listening. Yeah, bye.